This video is going to go through what high bar and low bar looks like. So it can be a little bit confusing, but when you start to be able to pick out the differences in terms of the mechanics that it forces you to do, depending on how high or how low the bar is, you can argue is a low bar squat or a high bar squat. So let me show you the difference between the two. So if I have a typical high bar position, up on the traps, I can stand upright in my stood position. No matter how much weight is on there, I can still stay in this position, very upright. When I squat, I'm still going to have a slight lean forward, but I've got a fairly vertical torso. And if you look at the center of the bar, it should be crossing my midfoot, which is essentially like roughly where my laces will be tied. So that's a high bar and its mechanics. Let's look at low bar. So low bar is going to force me into a flexed position, much lower down on my back, hence the name low bar. And so it's forced me into this flexed thoracic position, because if I were to stand upright like in my low bar, it's just going to fall off my back, especially when it gets very heavy. Now when I squat, I have to lean forward more. It's a much more hip-based one. Notice how my hips are traveling backwards further. My knees are probably not traveling quite as far forward, certainly not early on in the squat. But despite this very forward lean and very hip-based squat, you're going to see, again, look at the center of the bar, it crossed me at my midfoot. Now, if I were to try and do a high bar squat, well, first of all, I'm upright, it's already fallen off my back. Second off, if I were to try and squat like high bar, I'm going to really struggle until I send my hips back. So that is how you can tell the difference between a high bar and low bar squat.